Public speaking, a sustained formal presentation by a speaker to an audience. Communication, the process of creating shared meaning. Participants, the individuals who assume the roles of senders and receivers during an interaction. Senders, participants who form and transmit messages using verbal symbols and nonverbal behaviors. Receivers, participants who interpret the messages sent by others. Messages, the verbal utterances and nonverbal behaviors to which meaning is attributed during communication. Meanings, the interpretations participants make of the messages they send and receive. Encoding, the process of putting our thoughts and feelings into words and nonverbal behaviors. Decoding, the process of interpreting the verbal and nonverbal messages sent by others. Feedback messages, messages sent by receivers intended to let the sender know how the receiver made sense of the original message. Channels, both the route traveled by a message and the means of transportation. Interference, noise, any stimulus that interferes with the process of sharing meaning. Feedback, the reactions and responses to messages that indicate to the sender whether and how a message was heard, seen, and interpreted. Intrapersonal communication, communicating with yourself, aka self-talk. Interpersonal communication, communication between two people. Small group communication, the interaction that occurs in a group of approximately 3 to 10 people. Public communication, communication that occurs among more than 10 people where one message is presented to the participants who function as receivers whose own messages are limited to feedback. Mass communication, communication produced and transmitted via media to large audiences. Liberal art, a body of general knowledge needed to effectively participate in a democratic society. Ethics, moral principles that a society, group, or individual hold that differentiate right from wrong and good behavior from bad behavior. Plagiarism, passing off the ideas, words, or created works of another as one's own by failing to credit the source. Rhetorical situation, the composite of the occasion, speaker, and the audience that influences the speech that is given. Exigence, some real or perceived need that a speech might help address. Speaker, the source or originator of the speech. Audience, the specific group of people to whom your speech is directed. Audience analysis, a study made to learn about the diverse characteristics of audience members and then, based on these characteristics, to predict how audience members are apt to listen to, understand, and be motivated to act on your speech. Occasion, the setting in which the speech is given. Speech effectiveness, the extent to which audience members listen to, understand, remember, and are motivated to act on what a speaker has said. Audience-centered, offering ideas in ways that respond to a felt need, are appropriate to the occasion, reflect careful research, make sense, and sound interesting. Ethos, everything you say and do to convey competence and good character. Pathos, everything you say and do to appeal to emotions. Logos, everything you say and do to appeal to logic and sound reasoning. Macrostructure, the overall framework you use to organize your speech content. Microstructure, the specific language and style choices you use as you frame your ideas and verbalize them to your audience. Rhetorical devices, language techniques designed to create audience attention, hold interest, and aid memory. Delivery, how you use your voice and body to present your message.